Director Scott Parker, commentators Barry Walker, and yours truly, Ronnie Brain, cameraman Simon Fuller and Noel Fanning. Umpires here for the big clash. We look out to the centre, Jason Hillgrove and Simon Nellis in the middle. Boundaries, Graham Harper, Corey Scurry. Goals, Johnny Hilda, Lloyd Frisk. Also, round the groundsman, Noel Fanning has got some interesting comments, Noel, about special comments of the coach,
yes,
North
I was
Geelong.
in the North Geelong rooms before the game, and Dennis Hines did ask his boys to man up, push the ball forward at all times, and he said there's two certain things in football that happen to you. One particular game you're asked to do the physical, tough things. Today, you're going to be asked to be mentally tough.
Your choice, Noel?
I'm going for Geelong Amateurs.
Good afternoon, Barry Walker. Your choice?
Good afternoon, Ron. I'll stick with the Amateurs too.
Okay, I'm going for the North Geelong boys, the fabulous Magpies who go into attack. Kick up there to half forward. They're all going in strongly there for the Pies. And they caught one a little high too for mine was Darryl Jones. But no free kick. It's on behind the play. The ball kicked up to half forward. Behind there, out of position, was the big fellow in Scocco. He can't get his kick, but he's got good support there from his teammate at half back. Good football, Darren Cruiser. But his kick is well marked there by the amateur half back.
Farrell kicks down towards centre wing. Up they fly. The ball hits a turf. Amateurs with handball. Get themselves out of trouble here. Centre wing now. Drive the ball down to the forward pocket. A lead down there. Up high. Over the back, North Geelong. Good defensive play there for North Geelong by Jeff Ryan. The ball goes close to the boundary line. No, it wasn't kept in play by the amateur side, and we'll have a throw in right in front of the social club here at Osborne Park with Geelong Amateurs kicking to the Geelong end of the park and North Geelong kicking to the Corio end. The ball's thrown in, tapped down, picked up here for North Geelong. A quick kick out into the opponent. Moroney's onto the ball now. Spins round in the pocket. Chips one round to half-back flank. Picked up here for North Geelong. He's brought to ground. The ball spills free. Over the line it goes. Out of bounds. A little bit slow getting his kick there was Stephen Simpson.
Great tackle though, Danny Wilson for the Amateurs side, and never stopped trying. Good pressure. Forced the error, and that's kept the ball on the amateur half forward line, some 70 metres from goal. As the boundary umpire brings it into play, we see a quick hand pass down there. Good football from the big ruckman in Andrew Vivian. The ball kicked clear to the centre of the ground. Now, a pack of players at the footy. Quick hand pass out there. Good football there from Steve Jansen. Over the top he goes. Kicked up to half forward by Joswick, the centre half back. Now, the ball loose on half forward. Sees it Amateurs though through Paul West. Pick it up and go long. A lovely kick too from the youngster. Looks up there for Mark Bain. He can't pick it up. Now, Joswick though, Darren that is, with the footy. He also loses it now for some good pressure from the Amateurs side. A quick chip there from that player Barry finds Danny Wilson, an opportunity now to go forward.
Right down the forward pocket. Sharked here for the amateur side by Ratwa. Has a flying shot towards a goal. One behind. The first score for the afternoon goes to Amateurs, and that's 1 point to North Geelong yet to score.
Well, Barry, it's a pleasure now normally being at a GFL game every Saturday. Today, the first GDFL game that I've encountered, and it's come up at a very quick pace early stages, Barry.
Yes, both sides are opened up very determined on a beautiful kick from full back out to the edge of the square. Hits the turf, tap forward for the Amateurs there by Malakalis. It's picked up here and kicked forward from down towards forward line. A lead, the mark's built down there by Mark Collins. Hits the turf, players jostling about, a handball out now, overrunning the ball, but it's picked up for Amateurs and a flying shot towards a goal by Danny Wilson, and it's gone through for the first major of the afternoon off the boot of Danny Wilson for the Geelong Amateurs.
Yes, great start for the amateur boys, and Barry, an interesting omission I think you'll find. I can't quite pick him up, and that's the spearhead Darren Hope, the number 24 jumper, is not playing here this afternoon for the amateur side. Likewise Nigel Vince, and two very experienced players out of the amateur lineup here this afternoon.
Yes, Ron, and out of the North Geelong lineup is Jamie Marnie, and his place has been taken by Wayne Yateman. I believe you were talking to him before the game too.
Yes, loves his footy, a strong social member here, and loves to have a good time, does Yatey, as we see that, bad football there from the Amateurs. The hand pass was a good one, but his teammate there, who's just copped one too for his corner, I think you'll find that was Mark Collins, fumbled the ball, and now we see that North Geelong's captain and ruck rover Darryl Jones with the footy. And I'll correct myself there, it was Craig Simpson, the number 53 jumper for the Amateurs side with his right wrist heavily strapped, fumbled the football, and now this has given North Geelong an opportunity.
The umpire being very particular about kicking over the mark here, Ron. Jones has tried to play on twice and he's been pulled back, but from centre half back now he's going to take this kick. Kicks out towards a half forward flank. In front, Moroney couldn't take the mark. It hits the turf. Good pick up there and kick forward for the North Geelong side by Spence. Down towards the pocket. The bouncing ball coming out strongly. Amateurs bring it to the turf out over there by close to the boundary line. A pack develops and we'll have a ball up.
Ben Reynolds, mate, it was, and he's got his left thigh heavily strapped too, the big fella, the number 6 jumper for the Amateurs side. And, it's interesting to see that another teammate of his with his thigh heavily strapped too for Amateurs. Hope that they can see the game out as Paul Westcand nicely there too for the Amateurs side, goes short to half back, and he's found his teammate there in Andrews. Justin Andrews now goes to the centre of the ground at Timmy Macca, and Timmy Macca, all of about 25 years of age, to Barry, probably one of the oldest players on the ground for the Amateur side.
Yes, so they tell me, Ron. It's down the forward line, picked up here and kicked forward for the North Geelong by Swenison. It goes across the face of the goal towards the far pocket, and a good mark taken over there for North Geelong that's been taken in the forward pocket. Chips in towards the corridor, but he's got to go back and take his kick.
Well, that's pretty tough umpiring for mine, and I think you'll find it could be, I think it was number... young Dick. Just trying to pick him up there in the pocket. I think he's wearing 46, yep. Barry. He comes in the drop punt. It looks okay off the boot, but no, the goal umpire said, no, young fella, you're on the wrong side of the big post, and a first minor score off the boot of that little forward pocket rover for the North Geelong Fabulous Magpies here, round 14, GDFL football match of the day. Brought to you by Guest Video Productions.
Yes, it's very strange hearing your tones on a Saturday, Ron. So far this year we haven't done a game together as the kick out from fullback comes out here wide to half-back flank. Amateurs in the van here. Picked the ball up. Reynolds is a handballs to a teammate, Farrell. Farrell tries to bounce it. Luckily it come back to him. Over the top he goes. Puts his player under pressure there in Andrews. Loses possession. Close to the boundary line. The umpire's letting it go at the moment. It rolls across and we'll have a throw in.
So, Barry, we're on the ball again. Number 46. It's not Stephen Jansen. You're suggesting that 46 is young Dick, is it? Okay, we'll confirm that at quarter time as the ball back into play. Opportunity here for Yady on the right side of his body. Kicks the ball back to the centre half forward position. Over in the ball there was young Dick. As we see picking it up now was Middleton, who's got that left thigh heavily strapped. Goes to the outer side centre wing position. In front now, ducking and weaving was Collins. He was dispossessed of the footy. The umpire out there said no. It's over the line and we'll have a throw in Barry outer side centre wing here at Osborne Park. Conditions pretty good here for the greatest game in the world, Australian rules footy.
Noel Fanning's just had a seizure here on us.
Well, the big men fly for that guest video pie, and Amateurs doing well at ground level. Kick quickly up to the forward flank. Looking in front there was Radowa, but he couldn't quite control the ball. At ground level, though, Amateurs kick it up and kick quickly up towards the goal, but it's all North Geelong, and I think you'll find that... Well, yes, Angie Scocco has the ball now for the Fabulous Magpies. Kicks out to the outer side of the ground. Looks up there for his teammate, but can't find him. Mark Bent was there for the Amateur side. Thumps the ball to ground. The Crummers pick it up and go to centre half forward and find Timmy Macca.
Macca's kick across towards the corridor. Been trapped, held there was the North Geelong player in Yateman, and he'll take the free kick. Yateman now, centre half back, kicks out here towards the centre wing. He's got Moroney all on his own. Takes the mark on centre wing, looking to play on quickly. Kicks it around the body, goes down towards half forward. First onto the ball is Vicentine. Kicks towards the corridor, a lead there from the North Geelong forward. And a good mark has been taken for them, and this is Smilovic.
Well, Stephen Smilovic would feel a bit uncomfortable with that number on his back, because I tell you what, it's a big one as he's kicked out of the pocket. A poor one, Barry. And I think you'll find it's gone over the line and out of bounds in that forward pocket, some 40 metres from the Fabulous Magpies goal.
Right, the boundary umpire brings the ball back into play. Over the back of the pack it goes, picked up by Swenison, kicks right down towards the goal line. Good defensive play down there by Middleton, and 1 point is the result off the boot of Timmy Swenison.
Number 6, Barry, is Ben Reynolds. Number 5 is Middleton, who's on the forward line.
Well, those green numbers on...
Barry, you want to try and call them when they were white. Oh, you had no hope.
I tell you
This
what.
is a guest video suggestion here, as we see that there he is, young Joshua Fanning, enjoying the football here this afternoon, as now the ball brought back into play. Paul West, he's kicked that 85 metres out to the outer side of the ground. It's all North Geelong as Venison picks it up, a little up and under as Barry Walker would call it. Can't find the target. Amateurs players, well shark. Good football from the fabulous Magpies. Sees that young Greg Bellwood chip in, kick to the teeth of goal, but it's off hands and through for a minor score for the fabulous Magpies. Early stages of this first quarter, Barry.
Yes, well picked up there by Bellwood. The kick out from full back now comes out where it's marked here by Livingston on half-back flank. Livingston now kicks towards centre wing. Players set themselves here. North Geelong over the heads of the players, but a free kick's been paid to North Geelong and it'll be taken by Andrew Vivian.
Yes, the big ruckman for the fabulous Magpies has had a very good year to date. Good to see him with no strapping on his legs as he's been carrying a bit of a knee. On the left foot, goes to the centre half forward position. Pack of players fly. Comes to ground level where we see now that Middleton. That's the beautiful football too from that player, and Schwarzer, as he's known to his teammates, kicks up to half forward. Opportunity here for his teammate in Mark Bain. On the left foot, picks it up and shoots to the teeth of goal. Looks for Collins. The ball knocked well away from him by the fabulous Maggies as they clear the ball now wider out to that outer side of the ground. As we see the pack of players fly.
Picked up for the amateur side by Rattawa. Kicks towards the centre of the ground. It goes backwards on him. The bounce of the ball in the centre favours the big fella there. Being held for mine. No free kick. The bottom of the pack we see amateurs try to get it out, but it's North Geelong. Strong play. Well stolen for the amateurs there by number 21 in Williams. And the free kick will go to him right in the centre of the ground.
Harmy Williams, only player really interested in going for the football on that occasion, rewarded for his efforts there, Barry.
Yes, from the centre of the ground, goes straight down the corridor. There's a lead from Collins, but it's straight into the waiting arms of the North defender there in Jeff Ryan. Plays on quickly, out to half-back where he found Joswick. Joswick's kicked down to the centre wing. The bouncing ball close to the line and goes across before Richardson for the amateur side could get to it.
A couple of ex-North Shore players combining there for the fabulous Magpies as we see the runner on the ground for the Geelong Amateurs side, and that looks like young Donny there for the Amateurs. Noel, the runner for the well, Noel suggests that Donny Barton's the ugliest man in football, Barry.
Right. North Geelong go forward, down to half forward, where we see it picked up here by Moroney. Moroney gives a handball back to a teammate who has a long shot towards a goal, but he's pulled it, and 1 point as a result, and it was off the boot of Tim Swenison.
Sorry, Barry, what did he do to that kick?
Pulled it.
Okay.
Across the body.
There's a good shot too of an old veteran on camera too. Ronnie Willis loves his football too, and he's still here supporting those fabulous Maggies. Good on you, Ronnie. Well, the Aussie Tape scoreboard, Barry, we've been travelling. Let's have a look now. About 12 and a half minutes of the first quarter. The fabulous Maggies, 4 points. Geelong Amateurs, 1-1-7.
Right from the kick in, it was all amateurs went up and the ball was picked up there by Alford. Kicks towards the 10-yard square. Bounces across the face of the goal. Picked up by Reynolds. Reynolds now chips one in towards the centre of the ground. Players in the race for the ball. Oh, good play. Bellwood gets a handball. It comes out to Swenison. He lines them up. Stabs at the ball, and I think he's hooked that one also. 1 point the result. 3 points, Timmy Swenison.
Didn't quite allow for that breeze, Barry. It's a little sharp, but going straight across the ground, maybe fading to the right of screen just marginally. Accuracy could be very costly for the fabulous Magpies as the emergency umpire and reserves umpire there in Brad Knight watching the footy.
Beautiful kick out. Hits the centre of the ground. Mark there for the amateur side and played on quickly was Mark Bain. Down towards the pocket they go. In the race for the ball is Skoko over there for North Geelong. He's kicked round towards centre wing. Favours Bain, but he takes it across the line and we'll have a throw in centre wing. Karaya Shire side of the ground.
Barry, it's a credit to the North Geelong Footy Club. The condition of the ground superb.
Beautiful, Ron.
Well, the big men fly for that guest video pie as we see the ball now at ground level. Players working hard for that football out there. Umpire in. Young Nellis said, give it to me, fellas. We'll have another bounce down as no one could really get it out there, Barry. And we don't want to see too many of these because we love this great game of ours, Australian rules footy.
Up high, Bent gets the tap down. It's tap further forward. Going in there is Bain for the amateur side, and he'll get the free kick being held without the ball.
Played pretty well too, Barry, early stages, as he's got the ball now at half forward, out of sight of Osborne Park. Kicks now to the corridor, looks there for the lead from the full forward in Collins. Has the ball well knocked away from him by Jeff Ryan. The loose one now. Sees all overrunning the football was the half-back flanker. And I think you'll find that opportunity now for the Amateurs side as we see the ball end up with Timmy Macca, who shoots from 30 metres. Great team football from the Amateurs side as we see that a great goal kicked by Timmy Macca.
There's a bit of a struggle though, Ron. North Geelong are keeping the pressure on them up there on their forward line, and Amateurs are finding it hard to score at the moment.
Well, North Geelong, they're just a little bit inaccurate, Barry. That's due to probably good pressure from the half-back line and back-line players of the Geelong Amateurs side. North Geelong's system from centre wing to half-forward, very fluent, creating a lot of opportunities with quick hands. Good team football has enabled them to kick clear early stages of this first quarter.
Yes, Ron, as the umpire's got the ball back in the centre. The bounce of the ball favours the big fella bent. Up they go. It comes to turf. Amateurs get the kick out of the centre down over half forward. The running with the flight of the ball with Jones. Couldn't take it all. Good play here for Amateurs. They spin out, kick towards a pocket, but there's no one back there except Ryan. The bounce beats him across the line, and that was good play for the Amateurs side by Rattawa, and the ball's out of bounds right beside the point post.
Robin Rattawa, Mr. Fijian, they tell me. And I tell you what, he's very strong when he attacks that football, Barry. And that was no exception to the rule there, the way he trapped it. Good football from the youngster. Ball back into play, comes to ground. Oh, caught one a bit high for mine. Good umpiring too from young Nellis. The umpire said, yes, the tackle was too high. And an opportunity here for the full forward in Mark Collins to kick Barry his first goal here this afternoon. He's no more than 25 metres from goal. Very slight angle and an opportunity to kick North Geelong, Geelong Amateurs' third goal.
Comes in, the drop punt. I think it's gone across the face of the big sticks, and 1 point is the result. A bad miss there by Collins for the Amateurs side. Just having a look, Ron, Amateurs on top with a 12-1 ratio. North Geelong in fourth position, 9-4. If North Geelong lose here this afternoon, Anarchy will be snapping at their heels for that fourth position.
Certainly will. That's why I've picked North Geelong, Barry. Home ground advantage for mine. It's only early stages yet as we see that there's a good game of football out here. The ball at half forward now for the Geelong Amateurs side. Working hard for the North Geelong boys was Darren Joswick. He goes in strongly for the footy. Likewise does Darren Jones. As the umpire said, give it to me, fellas. We'll have a bounce down 50 metres from the Geelong Amateur goal.
Amateurs only losing one game, Ron. Who beat him and what round?
Well, I think you'll find, Barry, it was early stages. It could have been Anarchy. I think you'll find it at round 3.
Right, now we see the ball on half-back. North Geelong get a quick kick, but it's picked up there and kicked forward by Bain again for the Amateur side. In towards the pocket. Players dive on top of the ball. If spills free, all going through strongly. Amateurs play over there on the far side of the ground. Gets a short kick, goes nowhere. The ball spills free, picked up in by Simpson. He's bumped off the ball. Amateurs get a quick kick towards goal, and it's gone through.
What a great opportunity there. Missed it. Was kicked. It was touched off the boot. I think off the boot. I think that was Robin Rattawa. Strong barrier at ground level is the Fijian youngster.
Right, from fullback Ryan kicks out the half-back flank. They set themselves out there. The ball tapped the ground. Swooping on it over there is North Geelong, who gets a kick quick down towards centre wing, but waiting there and taking the mark is Richardson for the Amateur side, centre wing. Spears a pass down towards a pocket, and not a very good pass, Ron.
No, a little bit tricky though, Barry. Conditions a little blustery, and the ball very hard to sort of pinpoint down the ground, as we see now that Amateurs again at ground level doing very well on that outer side centre wing. That loose hand pass was well picked up by Darren Joswick. The centre half back now kicks quickly up to where we see that that was Smilovic picked the ball up. Kicks up there, opportunity here. Good hands there. Maloney finds. You'll find that could have been. Yes, Bellwood it was. Good football from him as we see the ball now punched away from the full forward in Witterson as the Amateurs now try desperately to clear the ball. Tries to break through Reynolds, the big fella. The hand pass, a poor one. Put his teammate under all sorts of pressure there was Middleton, and I think you'll find that the umpire will just about call for a ball up. No, he said play on. Bellwood doesn't mind. He picks it up and goes bang. Up to the teeth of goal. The big men fly. Here's a go for the North Geelong Magpies. Oh, good football. Jones gives it across to his teammate on the left foot. Great goal from Timmy Schwennerson.
Yes, Jones was in two minds there. He had an open goal, but he just didn't know which way to go.
Yes, but it doesn't matter which side he goes, Barry, because he can use both sides of his body superlatively. And today, on that exception, there was no exception to the rule because he set up Timmy Schwennerson sweetly, as we see that the North Geelong boys have just kicked their first goal, and we'll check that the Aussie tape scoreboard is incorrect at the minute, as our director downstairs is on some medication, and I'm sure he'll fix that problem up very shortly, Scotty, as we see that, well, Barry, take it away, son.
From the centre, Moroney gets a quick kick down to half forward. It's tapped further afield. Oh, strong play there for the Amateurs side by Bent. It goes out wide where Amateurs pick it up. Comes back with handball to Farrell. Farrell slips over at the crucial stage. North Geelong in there. Socket the ball off the ground. It comes right across the face of the goal. But Amateurs in defence. Come away. Have one bounce. Have two bounces. He can keep going. He has three bounces.
Amy Williams, beautiful footballer.
Kicks the ball down to the forward line and Collins in front.
Oh, got to be a kick there, umpire. Oh! Well, what are you going to do, Barry? You got to kick here.
Joswick comes out of defence, kicks the ball long down to half forward. It comes out wide where the Amateurs through Thompson. Spear the ball out to half forward. Macca's there. And either the mark or the free kick. One of the
other. Yady, you can't do that, Yady. Oh, dear, you're not in the
hey, he's a mate
social
of yours, Ron.
bar. Well, look, the guy, you love him because he's a real backbone of the social club here out at North Geelong. But he got a little bit carried away there, Barry. The cameras are here this afternoon, and Yady, she's put on a bit of a show for us, but it's going to cost him 50 metres and bring Timmy Macca now within 10 metres of goal. And I don't think the coach and Mr. Hines will be too happy with that one, Barry.
I'd say he'll be coming off if I was coaching.
And I tell you what, the runner has gone straight out. Young Yady, you've got to sit in the box for a little while, son, as we see that Craig Farrell comes on. Timmy Macca waltzes in and pops it through, kicks his second. And a very handy third goal there for the Geelong Amateur side. They now move on the Aussie tape scoreboard. 3 goals, 21 points. The Geelong Amateur side. The Fabulous Magpies, 1-5-11.
Yes, that's good coaching by Hines, Ron, I believe. You can't give free kicks away or 50 metres away when it's going to result in a goal. And that was very bad play by the North Geelong player. And Macca waltzed in and kicked his second.
All comes back to breeding, Barry. And the Hineses that I know around the traps are pretty tough taskmasters. They've lost the footy too, Baz.
No, she's coming back.
Good on you, 90. Good to see you doing a bit, son. Earn your money. Good boy. The emergency umpire putting a bit of a show on for the camera. God, it's good fun, isn't it?
I tell you what, you're really enjoying yourself here this afternoon, aren't you?
Well, Dennis Wall's not here.
We're back you're back where you started, boy. From the bounce in the centre. Tap down there. Moroney couldn't take advantage of it. Comes back where Swennerson does. He gets a quick kick down towards the half-forward line. But Amateurs coming across that half-back line. Clear the ball. Straight across towards the boundary line it goes. Where it's picked up here by Reynolds. Over the top he goes with handball. His teammate there picks it up in Middleton. Spears it down towards centre wing. 2-on-1 situation. Oh, used his body well there was Radowa. But he's got no support. Oh, being held the Amateurs player. Picked up by Macca. He gives a handball, but the players bundled across the line, and we'll have a throw in, and that was Justin Andrews.
Yes, good pressure there from the Fabulous Magpies too, and Rick Venison always gives his best shot at the opponent, as we see that the tap down Schwinnerson, shark well there by the Geelong Amateur player in Brad Thompson, cleared now nicely for them by Andrew Richardson, goes to the forward pocket. If the ball sits here, Collins will kick his third. Yeah, great football from the full forward Mark Collins, and he kicks a great goal, his first, and a very handy fourth goal for the Geelong Amateurs.
But what great play by Andrew Richardson coming off that half back line. He backed himself, ran his distance, kicked the ball down to the forward pocket in space, allowed Collins to run onto it.
Aussie tape scoreboard in this first quarter of football. We've been travelling 25 minutes of the first term. The Geelong Amateurs 4-3-27. The Fabulous Magpies 1-5-11. And Andrew Richardson, a special cheerio to you, son, because I used to work with Andy a couple of years ago.
Right, the bounce of the ball in the centre, up they go, big Bent up, he couldn't get the tap down, picked up here by Maroney, but the free kick's been paid to Bent, and unfortunately for North, and he'll drive Amateurs into attack right from the centre.
It wasn't quite straight, Barry.
Right, a high kick down towards centre half forward. Oh, good use of the body again down there by the Amateurs side, and the mark taken at centre half forward.
Yes, Mr. Fijian, Robin Ruddower with the ball now. Kicks up there to the attacking side of the ground. Macca used his body.
Oh, great mark.
Great mark. That's the mark of the afternoon today, gentlemen, if you don't mind. Angie Skoko now goes short, puts Schwinnerson under pressure. Good support, though, Venison. Feeds off the hand pass. Back to Skoko, who's kick under pressure, and he goes 30 metres. There's an opportunity now for the amateur side through Simpson. He was well tackled, and it's on there between young Simon Farrell and his North Geelong opponent in Neil Alford, but nothing came of that, Barry, as the ball was well cleared by the fabulous Maggies. You there, Barry?
Yes, I'm there, Ron. I was just watching the boundary umpire. He was right on the spot there as a North Geelong player picked it up, and Smilovic ran across the line with the ball, and to the dismay of the North Geelong bench, it was given out of bounds. Good decision.
You've always had a soft spot for the umpires, Barry, haven't you?
Yeah, Ron, all the time, mate. As Alford takes the shark from the ruck where it kicks down towards the scoreboard on half-forward flank, and it goes across the line, and we'll have another throw-in.
And that scoreboard, Barry, looking pretty handsome for a Geelong Amateur supporter. They're leading by 16 points, and we've been going 26 minutes of the first term.
Boundary umpire brings the ball back into play. A good throw-in, a long throw-in. Eludes all players. Over the heads of them it goes. It goes down to half-forward now. Thumped away by the defensive Amateurs. So here's a go as we see them all attack the ball. Good play by both sides there. Socket off the ground for the Amateur side. Picked up in the centre of the ground there by Andrew Smith. From just inside the square, drives it down to the forward line. Collins behind, used his body well. Umpire in the right position too, and has allowed the mark.
Good attacking football, and the old springboard of attack, that number 29 jumper too, has brought tears to the Noel Fanning's eyes, and it's not just to his eyes, I can tell you, as we see that. Well, their half-back line doing well. There's an opportunity for Mark Collins. He comes in from 25 metres directly in front and splits the woodwork here at Osmond Park. Kicks his second. Great goal from the youngster. And, well, the Amateur's looking pretty handy at the moment, Barry.
Yes, a good replacement at the moment for Hope down there at full forward. He's kicked 2 goals here in the first quarter. 2 goals won, as a matter of fact. And as you say, it's only the first quarter, Ron. He could finish up with a few.
Certainly can. Aussie Tape scoreboard sees that the Geelong Amateurs 5-3-33. Fabulous Maggies 1-5-11. Late stages of this first quarter. Round 14, GDFL football match of the day. Brought to you by Guest Video.
Right, the bounce of the ball in the centre, a good bounce. Up they go. Tapped down by Bent, but it's sharked there by Bellwood. He kicks over the shoulder out towards half-forward flank, using his a little push over there was the North Geelong player. Picks it up now, chips it in towards the corridor. It's got a lead there, a good lead and a good mark taken down there for North Geelong. Coming out from full forward, and this player is Marty Widdowson.
Well, Marty Widdowson, I'd suggest... is normally a pretty accurate kick for goal. Those, well, what we can call them, bicycle pants may restrict him a little, Barry.
Kicked 8 last week on 45 for the season. Kicks the ball high, and I think the wind's grabbed it.
Take those bicycle pants off, son.
No, why kick it so high?
Well, Barry, I'm not sure. Ask him at quarter time.
Well, well, you asking about his bicycle pants?
He might snot me.
That's your problem.
Well, the ball now brought back into play. Oh, he's tried a mongrel punt, and that's what it's turned out to be too, as we see the ball now at half back. The loose ball. Good work there from the Amateurs side. Taps the ball forward. Opportunity there, I think you'll find, was bitten. Gets it off the carpet. Good football, Amateurs. But now, picking it up was Stewie Hardiman. His quick kick, though, goes to where Jones has caught one a bit high. And the skipper for the fabulous Maggies takes possession.
Kicks to centre half forward. Up they fly, all up. Amateurs sharked there by Bellwood. Kicks the ball wide towards the pocket. Oh, it bounces back towards the 10-yard square. Amateurs in the last line of defence. Now, how could the boundary umpire see that, Ron?
They've been trained at the umpiring fraternity to have X-ray vision eyes, Barry.
Anyway, the ball's out of bounds in the forward pocket. Very slow there was Ben Reynolds moving for that ball too. He's, as you say, he's heavily strapped around the thighs. It handballed out by Maroney, but it comes unstuck. He's back in there again, looking to lay it off. Now he has a quick kick at the ball. Good play this time, Reynolds. And the ball's tapped out wide where we see Amateurs. First onto the ball over there through Livingston, is it? Over the top he goes to Bent. Bent back to Farrell running through the half-back line there. Kicks down to centre wing and a strong mark taken over there, yes, by Ratawa. He plays on, and unfortunately across the line, and we'll have a throw in.
Should have been given the benefit of the doubt there, young Ratawa Barry. The umpire was too slow with his whistle. The kids played on, being caught. Should have been going back and had another kick.
Right from the boundary throw in, Bent gets a tap down, socket off the ground down towards half forward, where we see first to the ball is Malacallis. He slips over, picked up here for the North Geelong side over there and kicked towards the centre of the ground. Big Bent couldn't take advantage of the for Amateurs. Handballed out wide, where we see Jones put a tackle on the Amateurs player, but he breaks away, kicks down to half forward. A race for the ball now as Malacallis has bundled off it again. Good play here, sees it come across to Ryan for North Geelong. He's kicked towards the half-back line. The bounce eludes a North Geelong player coming to it. Amateurs get a quick kick down forward, and coming out strongly there is Ryan, and cops one a bit high and will take the free kick.
Let's hope those fabulous Magpies concentrate on the football, because they've got a real chance here this afternoon at Osborne Park. We see that Ryan now goes wide. Good football too. Finds his teammate out there in Marty Widdowson. Plays on. Goes short, looking there for Belwood, but in there chipping for the amateur side was good football too. I think you'll find that player, Barry, just trying to pick him up. Could have been, not Richardson, I think it might have been Middleton, Barry, there, and did well for his side. No, it's not. It was 31 in Brad Thompson. The loose ball now at half forward for the North Geelong side. Sees that Amateurs, good work there too. Tapping the ball forward was Hamey Williams, but he can't trap the ball cleanly. Help for mine. No free kick there to Widdowson.
Well done.
It didn't matter. Sheer strength. Sees him now snap at goal, but unfortunately he's offline, and, deserved a better fate there, Barry.
Yes, I thought he deserved a free kick. He was being held, and a couple of the North Geelong players having a few words to the umpire too. But the kick in from full back wobbles down towards the half-back line. Bent pushed out the road over there by big Vivian. It comes towards the centre, and the mark's centre forward, and it's taken there for North by Tony Spence. Plays on quickly down towards the forward line, over the heads of all the players, and it's gone through for a goal.
Great goal, Tony Spence. That's the goal of the afternoon, if you don't mind, umpire. Tony Spence kicks his first and a badly needed second for those fabulous Magpies.
Good shepherding down there by Widdowson. He had two players to beat, and he put his body on the line and moved them out so that they couldn't get their hand to the ball, and it's gone over their heads and bounced through for a goal.
Well, the Aussie Tape scoreboard will look a little bit better now for the president of the fabulous Maggies in Dickie Philpott. Dick, that's not so bad, son. It's 2-7-19, the fabulous Maggies. Geelong Amateurs 5-3-33, and we've been going, Barry, 31 minutes of the first quarter.
From the centre, Vivian gets a tap down. Well picked up here by Jones. Weaves his way through the centre. Kicks a long one down towards the forward line. Out they come. The mark's built down there by Reynolds for the amateur side, but he picks it up, kicks it out the centre wing as the siren sounds to end the first quarter here. And very good quarter of football, Ron.
Great quarter of football. Congratulations to both sides here of the GDFL. It was very entertaining stuff. And talk about entertainment, there's a couple of lovely people down here enjoying the entertainment of the afternoon. It's Mrs. Hunter, I believe. Loretta, get on you, darling. As we see that at quarter time, Barry, round 14, the GDFL match of the day, sees that the Geelong Amateur side have got away to a very handy lead here at quarter time. They did have use of that first quarter breeze to the right of screen, and it'll be interesting second quarter, Baz.
Yes, Ron. Normally it takes up to half time to see how the game is going to pan out. North Geelong held on there in the first quarter. Bad kicking 2 goals, 8 rather. And it'll be interesting to see now how Amateurs line up here for the second quarter.
Well, it's going to be a test for them, and we'll be back very shortly for that second quarter of football as we see at quarter time on the Aussie Tape scoreboard. Geelong Amateurs 5-3-33. They're 14-point leaders over the fabulous Maggies 2-7-19.